Hey y'all, I'm going to be answering the 5 top scoliosis surgery questions that I've been getting over the past couple weeks and days leading up to this surgery. I'm exactly less than a week from the surgery. It's on this upcoming Thursday, so it's currently Friday, and I'm super excited to get this done. I'm very thankful for all of your support, so let's get started. Also, I forgot to mention, these are all like pre-scoliosis questions. So they're like for pre-surgery, just asking like updates and stuff like that. Okay, so the hospital stay is so it's basically I'll go in on a Thursday and then I'm supposed to leave that Saturday depending on how good I'm doing with like walking and just stuff like that. Like if you're using the bathroom good and if you're walking up and down stairs and stuff like that. And just doing the goals that you have set for your stay there, and they have to make sure that you can do all the stuff that they tell you before you leave. So I'm supposed to be there Thursday night, Friday night, and then leave Saturday. But if I have some kind of issue and I can't come home on Saturday, then I'll come home Sunday. So it would be Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So 2 or 3 nights, depending on how I'm doing. But the surgery's on a Thursday and it's actually at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, oh, I'm sorry, the surgery is at 7:20 in the morning on Thursday, but I have to be there at 6 o'clock. So, this is gonna be interesting. So the full recovery is 3 to 6 months. It's about 6 months to a year before you can actually do like full term sports and like roller coasters, driving, and stuff like that. It can take a couple months, but it just depends on the person. It depends on their body and how they recover and how fast. And then whatever their doctor gives them goals and limits for is just basically how it all works out. By a month, I think you can do things on your own, but for the first couple weeks, it's all like a different new schedule and routine. I've been getting asked this a lot lately, like almost on the daily, like if I'm nervous or not. So I think it's kind of obvious, like that you would be nervous for a surgery, like especially if you're young and you've never had one before. So that's me. But I think it's just kind of normal. It's natural. So yes, of course, but I'm not nervous for like any really specific reason. It's just the big fact of what the process is and everything. So, So I've prepared for this in many different ways, being both like mentally, like just trying to get my schedule cleared and get to where I can position myself like with talking to people about it and praying about it and stuff like that. Preparing, I've just slowly like researched on what to take with me, what the doctor told me to take to the hospital and all that stuff by preparing that way. So I've already got my hospital bag packed and stuff like that, and I'm pretty confident in what I packed. I think it's going to be what I need and all. So but I'm not worried about that because the doctor gave me stuff that he would suggest that I would bring, and then my physical therapist did too. So I think I'm set for this. As far as like mentally, just emotionally with all that nerve wracking stuff, the biggest way that I think is the best way to prepare for basically anything, I think, especially a surgery that's big and it's a big change and it's different on your body and your mind, and you gotta think through the process and the decision, is basically just, I think, well, I'm for sure like just reading like the Bible, and that's really the biggest thing that's helped me throughout this is reading the Bible, because God is just like telling me where to go and showing me where to go in the Bible and pointing out these specific verses that really speak to me. So I think that's the best way to go. Prayer and worship music, like just worshiping like the Lord with your music and all that stuff. So And also, just stand in prayer, like I said, just pray, pray, pray. Like, if you don't know what to pray, just say, Lord, help me pray. Give me the words to speak. And so I think that's the best way that's helped me. Okay, so, um, things that have made me happy throughout this, I think just preparing and just getting ready for this surgery, because I have some funny stories that would make a lot of other people happy throughout this, but I'm not gonna share all of them. If y'all need a laugh, you can let me know, because I've got some crazy stories throughout this, and it's funny. But I think things that have made me happy throughout this is just like when I'm like sharing or talking about this, or just being open about it, like publicly, like so people can pray and stuff. It's like when people tell me that they're praying, like even in person, and just like things like that. Like that really, I think that makes me happy, because people, like seeing people that are saying that they're praying, that really makes me happy, because it just makes me feel like, okay, these people are like, they're thinking about this, like they're going to God too on it. They know God's got this. They're praying, like, you know what I mean? So and I think that's because I've seen prayer work before. I've seen it just in my inside circle family throughout people. So I've seen prayer work, and I think that's why it makes me happy, is because I know prayer is the answer. And so like even with my brother, and then just stuff like in the past, I've just seen how it makes it all better. So but really, like when people say they're praying for you, like some people may say like, oh wow, are like they really praying for you, or they're just saying that to be nice, like, you know what I mean? So I've heard people say that before, but like I know like these people are praying for me. Like some of these people, like I know they're praying because I've seen them pray, and that's how I know. That's how I know how to explain it. But I know they're praying because I've seen them pray, and I know they're gonna keep their words. So and I don't take that lightly. Like when people say they're praying, like I really appreciate it, because they're taking their time, they're taking their, like their specific prayer and including me into it. So I think that's really special. But yeah, that's a little bit confusing. I'm sorry, but that's how I know how to explain everything. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I am overwhelmed, good and bad, but breathe. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. If you got any questions, you can send me a message. But take it easy on us. So thank y'all. Love you.